Hi everyone, Casey here from Home Quarters again. Today we are at Stirling Residence. Later we'll check out the facilities and what Stirling Residence have to offer us. A little bit of backstory over here. This is one of the last land that is closest to Queenstown at District 3. The developer paid more than $1 billion for this piece of land. So come on, let's go! Alright, Stirling Residence have 3 blocks of 38 to 40 stories with 1,259 units, one-to-one car park lots. Alright, so all of the car park lots are basement car park, making the level 1 the full facility level. Let's check out what do we have right here. Alright, once you come into the main entrance itself, we have a granite entrance, meaning that if you do not drive or some days you have visitor coming over, they can actually drop by at this space, or you can actually wait for your taxi or Grab at this grand entrance. Most of the facilities here are divided out into 3 areas, namely the fern forest, the tropical forest, and lastly the rainforest. For fern forest, it is closer to block 21. Tropical forest is closer to block 23, and also rainforest, which is closer to block 25. As there are water features and also swimming pool, all of them located just right downstairs of the block itself. We have a gymnasium here, right beside the entrance, where you have a beautiful swimming pool view while you are doing your cardio. On this front, we have a full tennis court, which is quite rare for newer development because facilities tax are actually very precious to the developer. For Stirling Residence, it's almost a 80-20, where 20% of them are building and 80% of them are landscape scape out for facilities. At the show model itself, you can see that even the second floor is actually elevated closer to the 4th level. In actual fact, you cleared most of the landed property here around in the region, because landed property can only go up to 3-story or even 3.5-story. So actually, even on the 2nd level, you are cleared of those landed property. All 3 different blocks are generally north-south facing. Everybody knows north-south facing means that you will get a very breezy unit throughout the year. Right? So definitely no western sun, meaning that you won't come back home to a very warm unit. You will come back home very breezy. Right? I think a lot of them are also smart home ready. Right? You can actually turn on the AC even before you step into the unit. Next up on this area, we have your various gourmet decks and gourmet pavilion. Here we have a teppanyaki grill and a grill pavilion. You can actually invite some of your friends over to enjoy a grill out session or a barbecue session just inside your condominium. Alright, at the back of the development, these are south facing, meaning that you will see all the way from the southern front of Singapore, the Greater Southern Waterfront, nearer to the Sentosa area. For a higher floor unit, you might even get the entire sea view. So here we have a lot of facilities that cater to lifestyle per se, right? So we have a lot of other water facilities and also smaller swimming pool for you to relax after a long day of work. Okay, because Stirling Residence is sitting on top of almost 230,000 square feet of land, you get a lot of walking space in the condominium itself. You do not actually need to go out of the condominium to take your evening stroll, or even morning stroll for that matter. Stirling Residence is actually the first developer to bid for such a land above the price of $1 billion. At that point in time, it made so much news, right? So if you want to have an iconic development, Stirling Residence is where you should be. Even though we are sitting on the side area that is so huge, the developer did not actually fill up the entire space with building. But in actual fact, only 3 tall blocks has been developed, and the rest are used for lifestyle landscaping. So coming home to Stirling Residence, you will actually feel very comfortable, and a lot of actually side area is actually used for landscaping for you to enjoy and walk, for be it in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. Okay, the design and architect, why it's so award-winning is that all 3 blocks are actually staggered, such that even if you are at the corner of the block, you don't actually see directly into your neighbors. Very good idea. Just right in front of Stirling Residence, we actually have a bus stop. You can't get any more accessible than that. We also have an integrated childcare inside the development that is accessible both for the residents in Stirling Residence and also the public. Alright, so why do we say that Stirling Residence is an award-winning development? Because look at all this award behind us. These are all won by the developer of Stirling Residence. We have Best Condo Development in Singapore, Best Condo Architectural Design in Singapore, just to name a few.
Stirling Residences is just 3 minutes away from Queenstown MRT. Not too far that you get breathless walking to the station, yet not so near to be disturbed by the track noise, with neighbouring condo helping to block off the noise, making it a lovely place to call home by residents of the condominium. Flanked left and right by million-dollar residences in a matured Queenstown estate, there is a stone throw away from a 24-years-old HDB flat unit that had recently transacted at $1.08 million in 2018, proving the demand is strong in the area and the buyers are willing to pay for the address and convenience. With luxury auto storefronts lining Alexandra Road and Lengkey Road in the vicinity, when it comes time to change your ride, take your pick from the likes of Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Bentley, or even Bugatti. This takes us to shopping in the region with the newly opened Alexandra Central Mall with Park Hotel Alexandra integrated or Queensway Shopping Centre to restring your tennis rackets while enjoying the famous original Katong Laksa. Another foodie paradise is at ABC Brickwork Market and Food Centre, where you can find famous Fatty Chong in-house roasted signature char-siu rice, or to grab fresh meat and produce at the wet market to cook up a feast at home. For the sporty residents that love to run or swim laps, Queenstown Sports Centre is definitely the place to go. Lastly, for investors and landlords, the tenant will come from Expat at the nearby Alexandra Hospital, Central Business District downtown, and One North Business Park, comprising of various multinational companies in Biopolis, Fusionopolis, and Mediapolis.
Alright, so now we come to the end of the part 1 where we know more about the project details, facilities, and also amenities that Stirling Residence have to offer. Right, in the next part 2, we'll be diving deeper into various floor plans that Stirling Residence have for us. So stay tuned for part 2.